Hey there, Rebel, and welcome back to my life. Take a second to admire the super awesome Nightblade poster on the wall behind me, but not too long because we need to go to Nerdcon Stories.
And that is probably the most distance I've ever included in a jump cut because I am now in Minneapolis. It's actually the second day of Nerdcon Stories. I'm about to head over to the convention center. I'm actually running a little bit late. I spent the first day with my friend Sarah, who lives here. You've seen her on the channel before. She was in one of my VidCon videos from earlier this year, and we hung out in parks and picked up other friends and went out and had food and a few beers. And then day one of Nerdcon Stories happened. And immediately, I began to understand why it is difficult to explain why Nerdcon Stories is awesome. You know that I love VidCon, but I love Nerdcon Stories more. I'm sorry, I just do. Holy crap, the people at this convention, they are so smart. They are all so smart. Everyone here is just all geniuses, always, all the time. So you've heard me say that VidCon is my people, because I love making the videos and talking to the people online and having the online discourse, right? That's all still true. But what I've always loved my entire life, and what I have loved more, if we're being honest, is reading and stories and thoughts about life and how everything works and how people work and how we interact with the world and think about it. And that's what this entire convention is. And it's filled with people on the panels and in the audience, people who spend all day, all of their lives, thinking about that and nothing else.
What kind of a teenager were you?
Not a good one.
There are a few panels where you can look in the schedule and you can see, oh, this is amazing and I totally want to go to this, like the How to Write Straight Characters panel. The problem is that all of the other best moments of Nerdcon Stories have all been things you would completely not expect. And how do you advertise that? How do you advertise, okay, so at the end of the first night there is going to be a game called Super Fight, and it's going to be played between a few famous authors, some of whom you've heard of, like John Scalzi, and you are going to cry laughing. It's going to be the funniest thing in the world. And also in that experience, you and a couple thousand other people are going to, on the spot, simultaneously develop this huge inside joke. Soup had to be there. And so now I'm like, how do I explain this to you? How do I can't, it's so good. It's all so good and so funny and so awesome all of the time. I really do get it. This is sounding very cult-like. You won't get it until you're there, but it's not, it's just cool. Everybody here is super serious about what I want to do with the entire rest of my life. And so when they sit down and talk about it, even when they sit down and talk about it in a humorous way, dressed up as a giant squid stravaganza, the discussions are really, really good. It's not the celebrity factor, because most of the time I'm sitting there on a panel and I'm listening to these people and I have no idea who they are, and by the end of the panel I'm going, who is this person? Where can I see them again and read what they've written? It really, really is a truly amazing experience, a truly amazing event, and I don't even know how they could possibly have gone about putting this all together, because how did they assemble this much awesome all in one place? So like I said, I'm running late and I have to go for the second day because I have to soak in as much of this awesomeness as I possibly can, because it might not be here next year. Although I really want to try and make sure that it is. So afterwards I will record another update with more stories and adventures and stuff from the second day. Thank you so much for watching, Rebel. I appreciate you being here. I wish you could be here. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the usual stuff. Drop me a comment. I haven't heard from so many of you in so long. Hit the like button. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I will catch you in the next video. Bye!